Hey, how's it going, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com. It is Monday, September 16th, 2024. I've got a free play coming up in the big clash between the Dodgers and the Braves on Monday. That game in just a moment. First, quick note. Last time I cut a video was Friday night. We cut a Saturday video in college, Sunday video in the NFL. So this is the first one since Friday night. So recapping what happened over the weekend, had a winning Saturday on my homepage at DocSports.com in baseball and college football. Profitable weekend. In fact, we had a 6-star win. That was our top play on Saturday with Indiana, who destroyed this really ugly UCLA team. But I lost. I went 0-3 on Sunday, guys, and just not seeing it right now in pro football. And I wanted to mention that this has happened before. It did happen many years ago. I started out the first couple of weeks by not seeing it, and we ended up having a winning season. So that's what we plan on doing again this year. It's crazy, though, because the video plays that I'm releasing, the comp plays, which are basically one-unit plays, the way it's graded at DocSports.com, they're 4-0 the last 2 weeks in the NFL. So go figure. 2-0 on Thursdays, including this last Thursday, Buffalo. And then, of course, on Sunday, we had Green Bay right here on this report. So just not rating them correctly right now. 1-star plays, comp plays, winning. Anything bigger than that has been nothing but losers, all right? So after the 0-3 day yesterday, we'll look to get it back on track and get it ready for this weekend. We'll look to make it a third straight winning Saturday in college football, and 2-0 thus far in September with my high-rated college football plays. So we'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up for the football weekend a little bit later in this week. Looking for my pen right now. I do want to talk a little football real quick before I jump into tonight's Dodgers-Braves comp play. Every Monday here on out, I'm going to talk about the marquee matchups when we have a few, and we do this week in college football, and where the money has moved these marquee matchups, if they have, going into Monday from Sunday's openers. And I jotted down a few. Kansas State at BYU, the number open K-State 7. It's 7.5 now. A little bit more money on K-State. Nothing big there. Big matchup, Tennessee and OU. Tennessee opened 7 on the road in Norman, Oklahoma. That one's 7.5. But check this out, about 75% of the money thus far, and it's early, obviously. It's Monday. But 75% of the money thus far has come in on Tennessee, according to my line service and the books they deal with. Next up, Utah and Oklahoma State. Cam Rising, of course, questionable, the quarterback for Utah with a hand injury. Oklahoma State opened on Sunday, 2.5. They are up to 3. They've got about 67% of the money on the Cowboys. One of the bigger moves thus far, USC at Michigan. DK opened to USC -2 on Saturday night, and it's all the way up to 5.5. Saw some 6s earlier on Sunday, 5.5 in most of the shops now, 66% of the money thus far on USC. The biggest move that I've seen out of all the games thus far, a 5-point move. Florida Atlantic at UConn. FAU opened 2.5. UConn now a home favorite of 2.5, and over 90% of the money thus far on the UConn. And that's as of about 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific time, Monday, according to my line service. So UConn getting a lot of early steam and a lot of early action to go to the 2.5-point favorite. We did see them playing better football, I got to admit, last couple of weeks. Horrible at Maryland, but they did play better football. They ended up coming within 5 of beating the Duke Blue Devils. And also when you look at FAU, it's a team that had benefited from 5 turnovers in their win, 38-20 over FIU. And I jotted down a couple of notes because I look at all the games once they go final. But FAU had 3 scoring drives of 12, 27, and 30 yards because of FIU penalties. They got 17 points off of those 3 drives that all started at the 30 or better on the other side of the field. And that was 17 of their 38 in the 18-point victory. But we'll do this each and every Monday. We're going to talk about those marquee games and let you know where they moved first Sunday night into Monday morning. All right, let's get to the comp play. It is the Dodgers and the Braves. Right now in most books, the Dodgers are like -$1.07 to -$1.10. I'm looking at 20 books on my screen. There's 3 that have bumped it to -$1.15 just in the last hour. And I'm recording this a little after 4 a.m. Eastern time on Monday morning. But just to let you know where it was when you wake up and watch these videos. The Braves have won, 3 of Max Fried's last 10 starts. That's it. And he really hasn't been the same since earlier this season. Since his first July start, which came back on July 5th, Fried has posted a 4.44 ERA, a $1.43 WHIP. His opponents, or the Braves' opponents in those 10 games, have averaged almost 5 runs per game. It's like 4.8. And again, they're just 3-7 in those games. And as far as the Dodgers, they're going back to Yamamoto. He did return from injury last time. It was on September 10th. And he only threw 4 innings, limited action. He came against the Cubs. He threw quite well. He gave up 0 earned runs, 3 base runners. He struck out 8 batters in 4 innings, 8 out of a possible 12 batters all struck out, and then he was removed from the game. They lost that game, but obviously no fault of Yamamoto's. I think he goes a little bit longer in this game tonight. I like the Dodger bats. And one more note going back to Max Fried, he's really got below average stuff this season. Check it out, his metrics, stuff plus, location plus, pitching plus, all below average for Max Fried in 2024. Dodgers are the comp play for me on Monday, like the bats, like Yamamoto in this spot. The LA Dodgers. All right, so that's what I got going for Monday comp play on the Dodgers. Again, we do have a prop in Monday Night Football, 46 and 26 there. In baseball, 4-star play on Monday, 41 and 26 is the run there. I apologize for the NFL. It's been ugly, but we hope to turn it around. Take care, everybody. I'm Scott Spreitzer.